kids, today we are going to be installing the Empowered Wheels Stomper pedal on Shorty's not very new at all F150. As you can see, we have the drill bit from the kit, we have the mounting bracket from the kit, and once my cameraman gets out of the truck, we will get started. It's good to know on all these trucks, the F150, the Raptor, the new F150, and the new Raptor, they're all the same when it comes to the cab. The front ends are a little bit different, there's maybe a little bit of variation in the tailgate, but everything you see here is the same as it's been for the last almost 10 years. So we've got the bracket on there, and we're just going to go ahead and drill those two holes. We're using the bracket as a guide. It does take a little bit of finagling and maybe some manipulation of the drill. Doesn't take a whole lot of pressure or time. As you can see, I just popped the two holes. I didn't really rub against the wall. Easy money. From there, I've got my foot pedal and I've got my two mounting screws from the kit. We won't be using the extension block or the long screws because Shorty doesn't need it anymore. We're going to go ahead, and now that I'm pointing out the two holes, we're going to set that up so that the entire system is assembled, and then we're going to drive them into those two holes. Now the reason I'm pre-assembling this before I put it under the dash is because I actually did try to assemble it under the dash, and that is a whole lot of no fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drive these screws in to the point where just the tip of the screw is poking out the bottom of the bracket. That way we can use these little nipples to guide themselves into the holes we drilled. See, they're sticking out just like that. So those guys are going to catch the holes that I pointed out earlier that we drilled. So now that everything pretty much snaps into place, we're going to use the driver to go ahead and drive the screws all the way through into the pedal. We're going to make sure everything is nice and snug with these impact drivers, the DeWalt's, the Ryobis. We don't want to let it hammer. We're going to go ahead and pull the trigger gently until it snugs up to the point where it wants to hammer, but it won't. Now that we're all good and snug, I give it a tug on it, make sure it's not going where it's not. And we're pretty much good to go. Here's a little bit closer shot. I'm going to go ahead and do some more beat up time, and that's me as a bad cameraman, not Shorty. So I'm going to tug on it, and I can see that it's ready to rip the whole pedal out, which is obviously what we don't want to do. So the stomper is very secure to the pedal. Give it a push. We're making sure that we're not obstructing anything, we're not hitting anything, and we're good to go. Now Shorty can go ahead and beat on that pedal some more and drive his truck around the yard. Stay tuned for some of our other clips coming up. We're going to be doing a wheel and tire change, and we're also going to be adding a modified battery pack.